going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades, and this video has been a long time coming. Finally time. So what do I mean by this video is a long time coming? Well, to be fair, I had the idea for this video literally about 2 years ago. The thing is, the reason why it took so long for me to make is that I watch a lot of anime and play a lot of video games, and literally every time I watch a new anime, no, not every time, but a good amount of the time when I continuously watch or view more media or absorb new media, however you want to say it, literally I add someone else to the list. And honestly, another reason for that is that I couldn't think of 10 when I first made the video, when I first thought of the video. So, yeah, it took me this long to think of 10. And it's gonna be fun. We're here. God, I've been waiting so long to make this video. I've waited so long. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Number 10. Android 21. You know, never thought a Dragon Ball character would ever be on this list. Ever. Now, Dragon Ball FighterZ, or Fighters, whatever you want to say, it was made by Arxis Entertainment, and they're makers of games like, I think Guilty Gear, right? And maybe BlazBlue? Not entirely sure. I'm not into the fighting game genre. But yeah, whoever designed this character knew what they were doing. I'm not gonna say that they don't. But yeah, the thing is, for me, as far as a waifu goes, it's a lot more than just looks. It's also personality. And to be fair, Android 21, at least her good side, is actually a very sweet character.
Bulma was generous enough to let me try a new food earlier. String cheese. Its tastiness left me flabbergasted. It was amazing. The supple yet firm texture, the subdued saltiness, and the stringiness. It was so good before I knew it I'd scarfed down about 100 or so. Bulma wasn't happy. I should give her something. How about Brie? That's good, right?
Android 21's backstory is that she was created by Dr. Gero as from the base of his wife. Yeah. Kinda weird considering Dr. Gero looks like this, and Android 21 looks like this. Dr. Gero knew what he was doing. But then that's not where her story ends. Apparently, Android 21, being Gero's wife, also is Android 16's mother. See, Android 16 was also based on Gero's deceased son, who was a high-ranking soldier in the Red Ribbon Army. And if you don't know what that means, it just means you didn't watch Dragon Ball. Yay! But in all honesty, the reason why she's number 10 on this list is, yes, she is very attractive. And yes, when she is fully good, her personality and demeanor are very sweet. And she's very kind and loving toward Android 16. And to be honest, if that's all she was, she would probably be higher on this list. But unfortunately, she also has a bad side.
Good. Now that we have that cleared up, I think I'd like to eat you now.
Yeah. Her bad side led to a lot of, fan art and fantasies and fan fiction, a lot of kinky shit. Vor is bad, kids. Don't Google it. Vor is bad. Advo. But yes, unfortunately, because of her good and bad sides, her bad side being that an insatiable hunger brought on by Majin Buu's cells in her body, it's just a little creepy, just a little creepy. And yes, I could easily separate her good from bad sides. It's just you gotta take the whole package here. You gotta take the whole package. And number 10. Sorry, Android 21. Also, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be interested in me, considering that your husband was this. Number 9. Olivia from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, when Pokemon Sun and Moon, the game, came out, a lot of us were like, oh my god, this kahuna, Olivia, mwah, bombshell, hottest character on the list, goddamn, her design, whoever designed her knew what she was doing. But for me, her in-game was just an attractive woman. An attractive, dark-skinned woman who was also a strong trainer, a strong person, a person who believed in, friendship and the bonds between trainer and Pokemon and a lot of that. But the thing is, her character in the game, flat. Just so flat. I don't care that she became one of the Elite Four at the end of the game. Her character was so flat. But when the anime started coming out and I started watching it, if you want to see me review the first few episodes, card. I'm actually not sure where the card is. It could be over there. But yes, when she was shown in the anime, I was actually quite excited because I liked her appearance, I liked her as a character, and I just didn't know what the anime was going to do to her. To be honest, goddamn. You see what they did with her in the anime is actually give her personality. She just genuinely loves Pokemon. She's genuinely a caring person. She's genuinely, like, awesome. Like, whenever I saw her in the anime, like, she cries over the sad stories of Little Litten that Ash owns. She cried over a lot of things. She's just so sweet. Unfortunately, she's at number 9 because, well, there's nothing beyond her character there. She's a person who's willing to teach the young kids about Pokemon and bonding with Pokemon. She's willing to do a lot of things. They put a jacket on her. I just wanted to say that. They put a jacket on her. I'm just like, no, I know this show's for kids, but come on. She looks so hot with that jacket on. But to be fair, she's still the same. Like, they just took her traits from the game and then gave her more personality. And she's adorable. Also, for some reason, she's a klutz. She's just like a total, I wouldn't say airhead, but like, every now and then she just trips and falls flat on her face, and it's just adorable to me. I'm just like, whenever I watch the show, I'm like, yes, bring her back. She's awesome. Also, in the episode where Kukui finally gets married to Burnett, she catches the bouquet. Nice. Number 8, Professor Ursula, Little Witch Academia. You know, I really should finish this series. I really, really should. It's been on my list forever. I've only gotten through, like, most of it. I think I'm on season 2. I had to check my Netflix again, but, like, I am not at all finished with that series. I really should get back to it. I don't know why, but a lot of people on this list are just going to be brunettes with long hair, glasses, and genuinely kind people. For those of you that don't watch Little Witch Academia, it's basically about this young, soon-to-be witch named Anko. Wait, Anko. Akko, I think. Anko is from Naruto. Akko is this character, right? Yep, Akko Kagari. There it is, I got her name. But basically, her story is that she's never had formal training as a witch before. For some reason, she got accepted into this school, and literally she's at the bottom of her class because she has no prior experience nor natural talent in magic. But Professor Ursula, being the stereotypical kind, young-ish teacher who sees potential in almost every student, takes her under her wing and genuinely almost mothers her in the way of magic, constantly giving her extra classes, extra lessons, as well as like going as far as she can to help Akko master her magic. Does she progress? Not a lot, but at least she shows what a true teacher should be. I genuinely like her character because she is what teachers should aspire to be. She is a teacher who will sacrifice almost anything for her students, especially the ones that are struggling to keep up with just the baseline of whatever she's teaching. And, like, she is genuinely just a kind person. Also, I don't know why, but whenever I see a character with long black hair, glasses, in a tracksuit, I just think it's cute. It's weird. I don't know why. But yes, Professor Ursula is genuinely just that. But once again, she's very low on this list in that she doesn't have much beyond that. And what is beyond that is a spoiler, which I will not say. But to be honest, if you're paying attention to the series, it's actually quite easy to figure out what that is. But, like, yes, she has a bigger impact on the main story. She has a bigger impact on the main character as far as teachers go, because the rest of them are kinda, I wouldn't say incompetent, but also they're biased towards characters with big names. I need to finish the series. Perhaps I'll like Professor Ursula more and she'll jump up the list more. But to be honest, she's just a very kind teacher with a very sordid past. It's interesting to just watch the series. Watch it. Do it. Number 7. Saki Sato from Interviews with Monster Girls. Now, Saki Sato is probably the first non-human character that's on this list. You see, Saki Sato, or I guess Saki, I don't know what to call her. She's a teacher. She's a math teacher. Saki is a succubus, and that's not the reason she's on the list, actually. See, Saki, I honestly find to be a fairly complex character for one that's put into a... I'm not quite sure what to call this anime. A comedy... kind of slice of life metaphor for assumptions on race, You see, the main story of Interviews with Monster Girls is that monster girls, or monster people in general, are all over the world. They are something that is natural, something that is an accepted part of society. They are here, they're everywhere, and their children are in our schools. But basically, a couple of the main protagonists in the school are monster girls. There's a vampire, a Dullahan, a snow woman, and Saki, which is a succubus. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. No, I think that's it. I could be wrong. Let me Google this real quick. Nope, that's it. That's it. I said all of them. And then there's one character who's just a human, but she's a sibling to the vampire, so cool. But back to Saki. Saki is a succubus, as I said many times. And her literal ability is that her body secretes an aphrodisiac, which if you don't know, Google it. It just makes people horny. Sorry. Her body naturally secretes an aphrodisiac, and because succubi are stereotyped as being overly sexual and kind of just like in it for lust, she hates that, and like she genuinely wants to fall in love, but she's afraid that her abilities as a succubus would taint that relationship. And so because of that, she dresses down all the time. She wears nothing but a tracksuit. Can I see where I got this attraction from? She wears her hair in a ponytail. She only wears glasses. She's never as outgoing. She even lives in the middle of nowhere and travels in like an hour or two every day to work, and gets there super early so that she doesn't to minimize her contact with people, so that she doesn't cause a commotion because of her abilities. It's honestly kind of sad, and it's really cool to see her work around it in so many different ways. She's lived with this forever. She knows martial arts because she was bullied as a kid for being a succubus, and like it's just really interesting. And more or less, her interactions with the biology teacher Tetsuo is very interesting because she falls in love with him because they've made physical contact, and he literally doesn't react, at least in front of her. It's such a shame. She's interested in buff dudes. And I'm just like, yes, I could do it. I mean, look at these biceps. The camera's too high. Look at them. The camera's too high. God damn it! The one time I could show off my arms because he's buff. He is buff, and I'm getting there. Right? Come on. Look at these pythons. I need a vet because these pythons are sick. Wow, I actually look good. Jesus. I never looked at my arms. Ever since I started working out again. Wow. I look good. Damn. But yeah, I just genuinely like her character. She's a genuinely good teacher. She tries her best to give them life lessons, because a lot of the younger monster girls actually go to her for advice. But like, of course, sometimes she can't let her own personal vices get in the way of her giving advice.
先生、頭だけ出して何やってるんですか？やっぱり水着を見られるのは恥ずかしい。お待たせ。準備 OK だ。町の頭は俺が持つな。OK.
She's not a perfect person, but that makes her a good character. She has flaws. She's genuinely cute, adorable. She genuinely cares for her students, and she's looking for love. She could find it right here. Anyway, moving on. Judge me. Number 6, Kotori Ida. Sweetest to Lightning. Kotori Ida from Sweetest to Lightning is a teenage girl. She's a high schooler who invites her. I'm not even sure what the main character teaches. Her teacher to learn how to cook with her because she's lonely. That's basically the entire premise of the story. Sweetest to Lightning is about a single dad who is also a teacher who lost his wife due to unknown circumstances. I'm not sure if it was an accident or she was sick, but all I know is that she had died a month prior to the beginning of the series. And through a lot of shenanigans, one of his students, Kotori Ida, invites her to come and cook learn to cook at her mother's restaurant every now and then, and just hang out. And their interactions with each other are adorable. With her interactions with his daughter are adorable, and the entire anime is genuinely warm and fuzzy, and very good for people who love their parents. And very good for people who want to just, like, have a warm feeling in your tummy. It's such a good anime. Makes me cry. But Kotori Ida, genuinely, I like her because she is really cute. She's just really cute, and her genuine, like, how she acts, just, oh god, she's so cute. As far as the character goes, she is actually a very good character considering that she actually grows alongside the teacher and the little girl. What's her name? Ah, Sumugi, there it is. But yes, she genuinely grows. She grows in small increments, and her getting more confidence in cooking and learning to process her feelings, and like not even just her that grows. The teacher, Sumugi's father grows. Sumugi herself goes through some small child lessons. Even like Kotori's friends, they grow with her, and this is what good storytelling is. It doesn't have to be a big epic journey. It could just be slow growth. This is a slice of life anime, at least from my perspective, not a romance. Therefore, it's very interesting to see all these characters grow in their own ways. And it's very good, especially with Kotori. She, like, oh my god, I would love to meet a girl like this in real life. One that's just sweet, kind, good with kids, and just wants to learn to cook for her own sake. And, like, god, she is adorable. Look at all these scenes!
すごく美味しい？すごく美味しいです。これくらい美味しい？それくらい。じゃあ、ワッフルあるお店でお茶してるか？うん。ひ、は、ふー。
She's adorable. Now she's like literally at the bottom of top, like literally she just edges out of top 5, mostly because, and this goes for everyone below top 5, their stories aren't like complex. Their progression as a character is very slow, and yes, it fits the genre of anime that those characters were in. But like for me, like a complex character makes you higher on this list. The more I can emotionally attach myself to you as a character, the better. Like you could, the higher you are, you're going to be on this list. Beyond, you know, my personal preferences. Moving on, number 5. Nami from One Piece. Yeah, she's probably the most, like, mainstream waifu on this list, I think. Yeah! But anyway, why do I like Nami? Well, for one thing, she's legal. Cut that out. Cut that out. Oh, I grossed myself out. But for one thing, her story and her progression as a character was immense throughout the story of One Piece. I'm not gonna explain the plot. It's pirates doing their pirate thing, looking for the One Piece and becoming the king of the pirates. That's the horrible way to explain it. But Nami, as she was introduced into the anime, was just a common thief. She was very smart, she was very pretty, and she knew how to use her assets, as well as her cunning, to, well, steal from people. But the thing is, as the story progressed, you slowly learn that she is not just a common thief. She is stealing people's money for a reason. And like I said in the beginning of this video, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't watched One Piece and you plan on doing it, skip over number 5. Just skip over number 5. So Nami as a character is actually fairly complex. She does have an affinity for money, and she is a kind of a coward when it comes to combat. And she's also very weak, which makes sense. But the thing is, she is very smart. She is actually a very good tactician. She's a very good navigator. She knows her way around sea maps. She knows how to use a compass. She's very, very smart. She's a very strong character. And, like, that's part of the reason why I like her. She's actually very good, but, like, another reason why I liked her is seeing her backstory and how she progressed as she got older. Her backstory, simply put, is that she was orphaned as a baby. Her foster sister found her in the wreckage during a battle between pirates and the Navy, and basically her older sister carried her around, not knowing what to do, and they were found by their foster mother, what's her name? Bellamere. Wow, I was completely wrong. But yeah, Bellamere was a high-ranking Navy member. I don't remember her rank. Maybe she was a lieutenant, but she was very high on the Navy's roster. And basically, Bellamere just happened upon them after a large battle and decided to take them in. She retired from the Navy. She just went back to her home island and took care of these girls. Because she wasn't their blood mother and they knew that, her raising them was a bit of a mixed bag. She tried her hardest, but in her mind she was like, I'm not their real mother. I'm not sure if I could give them what they want or what they need. So there's always that doubt in her mind, and whenever they fought, Nami would always bring out the "you're not my real mom" card. So there's a lot of genuine what's the word? There was a lot of genuine conflict in Nami's childhood. But she genuinely loved her mother, she loved her sister, she loved her little family. But that's not where the story ends. Her story continues in that fishermen pirates, which basically are half people, half sea creature, invaded her home island and took it under ransom. Bellemare tried to fight back, but ended up dying. Like, literally in the Japanese version, she was shot in the head right in front of her children. And that was a very sad moment. And Nami, in trying to, as a child, she was 7, in trying to protect her island, ended up joining the fishermen pirates at a young age because she knew how to draw sea maps and she knew how to read them. So the fishermen pirates took her in as a, hey, you're useful, join us. They tattooed her, they ransomed off the island to her, and that's why she kept stealing, to hopefully buy the island back from them. And of course they betrayed her in the end, and of course the main characters of the show eventually got rid of them, got them off the island, and saved them, and then she joined the crew officially. But that's not where her growth ends. She continued to grow as a character. She continued to show that, yes, she still loved money, but now she could do it for herself. And now she has friends to help protect. And, she is awesome. And yes, there was a time skip. And you could say whatever you want about the time skip design of her character. It's fine. It's fine. It's not too anatomically wrong. Yet, these are awful. And the fact that she only wears a bikini top from now on, also awful. But they didn't change her personality to be that of a sexual deviant at the very least. The thing is, she knows she's pretty, she knows she's hot, she knows how to use it to fool her opponents. She's actually very smart and a very strong character, and she also likes kids! God! I know it's a stereotype for women, but God, she is an awesome character. And I genuinely hope that they continue this trend, because, the thing is, she's not just a sexy character. She knows how to use it to her advantage. And despite her being, stereotyped into the yelling character, the sexy character, the character that, likes to steal. I don't know, there's a lot of stereotypes with her, but she's also very complex, with a very complex backstory. And I genuinely believe that if her mom was still alive, she'd be very proud of her, how she is right now, despite her being a pirate and her being a Navy officer. That'd be an awkward conversation, wouldn't it? But I think if she was alive, I don't think she would ever become a pirate. Yeah, that's my rant on Nami. Number 4, Chie Satonaka from Persona 4. Let me just say this right now, unpopular opinion. Both her voice in the original Persona 4...
Thanks for everything yesterday. It's kinda embarrassing, you know? You two were right there to see my hidden feelings and all.
And Persona 4 Golden?
Thanks for everything yesterday. It's kind of embarrassing, you know? You two were right there to see my hidden feelings and all.
I like her new voice. It's cuter and it fits the young character more, but I do admit that her original voice did fit a teenager more. Her new one is more high-pitched and shrill to go along with her cute personality, I suppose. But, I still like it. Fight me. Okay, so why do I like Chie Satonaka? Chie Satonaka in Persona 4 is not at all a complex character. Her backstory is not great, and as far as her motivations for being in the party, also not great. So why is she so high on the list? She is the first waifu I've ever had. knowing the term waifu anyway. I'm pretty sure the first waifu I ever had was Kari from Digimon Season 2. Chie, I really enjoy as a character. She's cute, she's strong-willed, she's headstrong, and she likes martial arts, which was a thing I did at the time of playing Persona 4, which I was like, wow, a girl I could spar with, that's awesome and attractive, and God, I want to get to know this woman. But in all honesty, her as a character, not too complex. Her story goes, is in Persona 4 at least, is that she befriended Yukiko because her insecurity in herself was projected onto Yukiko. So when Yukiko would put herself down, it made her raise herself up. It's really odd because she her shadow was that of a dominatrix type girl, which liked to put people down in order to raise herself up. And her growth, not that great. She didn't change much from being from before becoming a Persona user to after. And I honestly cannot sing a lot of Chie's praises, other than she's cute. She's one of the first girls I actually genuinely liked in Persona, and Persona 4 was one of the first major JRPGs I ever played. Before that, probably was Legend of Heroes, but that was when I was a kid, and I didn't really care what genre of game I was playing. But Persona 4 was definitely the first of the Persona series, which I genuinely love. Haven't played 5 yet. Gotta do that at some point. Don't own a PS4, though. Yay. I'm pretty sure if when I play P5, Chie's gonna get knocked off this list. Only another Persona character could knock Chie off this list. And once again, I really like her new voice. She's really cute, and the anime, while not good for people who didn't play the game, I still liked her. Yeah, she's just cute. Judge me. I really like Chie. Number 3, Yukari Takeba, Persona 3. Hear me out. I know a lot of people don't like Yukari from Persona 3. I know a lot of people don't. Everyone hates her. I literally when I first got on top, I literally looked up Yukari Takeba, and a lot of people don't like her. And I'm like, why? Why? This is my call-out post for people who hate Yukari. She's great, I love her, and she is awesome. God damn all of you. Yukari's scenario was that at first she was a very hard to approach character. She was very cold, very rude, very standoffish, and some would consider her a bitch character. And in all honesty, I just saw her as a tsundere character, very hard to get to know, putting up walls around herself, and never allowing anyone to get close. And if it was just that, she probably wouldn't be on the list at all. But, it went deeper than that. You see, her story is that her father died when she was very young, and both her and her mother did not take it well. Her mother, especially did not take it well. Her mother seemed to just latch onto various men in order to fill the void that her husband left when he died. And because of that, people in Yukari's school and people around Yukari started making fun of her, bullying her for her mother's actions. And unfortunately, it was one of those sins of the parents kind of thing that went into the children. So people kind of judged her. The game never went too into detail about how she was made fun of, but I'm assuming that people just assumed that she was an accidental baby, and because of that, Yukari would move from school to school, and her mother would continue to move from man to man, and the rumors would never stop. She grew to resent her mother. She grew to be paranoid and distrustful of everyone around her, and continue that until the main story of the Persona 3, where she didn't trust any of her fellow team members. She didn't trust the main character, and she continued to hate her mom. But as you continue through her social link, you learn more about her, more about her past, you grow closer to her, and she truly opens up. At the end of her social link, she actually says, hey, I'm gonna call my mom and try to have a conversation with her, and I genuinely want to amend things. And she's like, I also want to introduce you to my mom, because she's in love with you, and if you go through her social link, she will literally say, I love you, and that was the highlight of the entire game for me. I don't care how good the rest of the story was. God! Judge me! But yes, the reason why she's on this list is because she while not the most complex character ever, is still justified in all of her actions. People say she's a bitch, that she's annoying, that she causes a lot of drama, and yes, she does all of these things. But the thing is, she is very justified in that. Yes, she should grow past it to become a stronger person, but the thing is, not everyone is capable of doing that in their current state. The thing is, she was made fun of, she was bullied, she never made friends because she was constantly moving schools. Now that she was given the chance, she is allowed to grow. And the thing is, if you go through that for years on end, yes, you're going to be a little paranoid around every single person around you. I know this because that happened to me. I was made fun of. There were rumors about me. People talked behind my back. And because of that, as I moved forward in life, I became paranoid of the people around me. Yeah. So I identify a lot with Yukari. The thing is, my situation was nowhere near hers. But the thing is, I identify with that, meaning it's very easy to put walls up because it's very complicated to get close to people. And that's why I defend her character, and that's why I like her character so much. She was allowed to grow. But the thing is, and oh god, I need to talk about how she was portrayed in Persona 3's epilogue chapter. Now, because of the main character, she was allowed to take several steps forward in her progression as a person. But at the end of Persona 3, big spoiler by the way, the main character died. Literally died. Used his life force to slay the last big bad, and then faded away. Literally died. Because of that, all of her progress as a character completely backtracked. Completely. Yukari turned back into her old self. She was cold again. She was standoffish again. And yes, while she didn't trust the rest of her teammates, her mind was, I don't want to go through that pain again. Closing everyone off. She would not go to team meetings. She would always go to cram school. She would not converse with her teammates. And it wasn't until a certain part in the epilogue chapter where she finally broke down and said, I just want to see him again. And her friends comforted her, and she finally goes back to where she was when Persona 3 ended. And yes, it's a little annoying, and I was annoyed at that first because I'm just like, oh my god. But the thing is, as I analyze it further and further and further, once again, her actions were kind of justified. She's been through that for years, and the first chance she gets to come out of her shell, to finally fall in love with someone, and like the main character was the source of her progression, and that person was taken away in an instant. So it's not shocking that she kind of reverted back. And as much as I don't like it, it kind of makes sense. And to be fair, the epilogue chapters do progress all the other characters as well, including her. Number 2, Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos, from The Letter. You know, I never thought a character from a horror game would be on this list either. But here we are. So, let me just say this right now. She is the first fictional Filipino character I've ever seen in a big game title ever. Represent, girl. Represent. Now, why is she on this list? Mostly because I identify with a lot of things that she's done in her story. Everything she's ever done, I've heard about, I've seen, I've done. Like people, probably don't understand how close she is to an actual Filipino person. Because she is Filipino. She's from the Philippines. She's a proud Filipina. There are parts in her story, in her part of the game, where she will describe things in the Philippines, and I'm just like, I've heard that, I've seen that, I've been to the Philippines. And her backstory is that one of many Filipinos, especially ones who emigrate to other countries in order to send money back home. Her story is very, very, very common. My parents do that. My mother does that for her family. It's one of those things where when I saw her story, it was something that I related to on a heavy level. Everything about her character I could relate to. She was poor because she sent money back home. She didn't think for herself because all she could think about was helping her family. A lot of things she does is very, very much a reality for many Filipino kids who go to different countries to find better jobs, because the Philippines, despite how proud we are of our country, it's a giant shit show. It's a giant shit show. the government doesn't help. Like we're a poor country. Like, there's so many flaws. And, like, no one seems to know that. We're a big tourist spot, but that doesn't help. We're still an underdeveloped country. And I'm not going to go on to that. I mean, our current president already said that Filipinos who don't live in the Philippines aren't Filipino, so, you know, whatever. Frickin' Duerte. Oh, God. Okay, moving on. But beyond that, like, the reason I gravitate toward her is because, like, again, like, a lot of the things she did in the story are things I've heard growing up. The things that I, like, that people who I've seen come over here, like who immigrate here, they've done that. I've seen that. I've heard that. That part has been, most of the things she's gone through, I'm just like, yeah, that's all honestly true. And to be honest, a lot of her portrayal as a Filipino character, I kind of found wanting. And this is just me criticizing the game, because she has no accent. She literally has no accent. And this is probably because the game's an indie game and couldn't find a Filipino voice actor who spoke both English well and Tagalog well, or Visaya, whatever they could find. But the thing is, like, she has a phone call with her mother, and her mother has no accent either. And yes, a lot of Filipinos do try really hard to lose that accent, but only if they're in only if they're planning to go to other countries that speak English mainly. Like, she would still have a very strong accent living in the Philippines. And but the thing, that's just a nitpick for me. Her character is very much one that I see a lot of Filipinos could easily be personified in. She's headstrong, she's proud, she's kind to a fault, and like she just does a lot of things that I see a lot of my fellow Filipinos do. But she's number 2 on this list because she does a lot of things that my fellow Filipinos do. And a lot of those things I don't like. She's headstrong in that she must carry everything on her own. She's headstrong in that when she gets into an argument, she doesn't try to compromise. She tries to assert herself as the one who's right. And, like, she does a lot of things that I'm just like, you could have gone about that better. But of course, she's still on this waifu list because she is pretty. She is very much an attractive character. Look at her! And I saw her little sprite for when she's just talking, and then I saw her sprite when like full body, and I'm just like, she's also like really pretty. Also kind of short. Hold on, what's her height? Isabella Grace Cruz Santos. She's 5'2". Huh. Cool. I'm 5'8". She is short. Yeah, most Filipino girls grow up to about 5'2" and never beyond that. But yes, throughout her story and how she developed as a character, she is genuinely sweet, genuinely kind. Her friends describe her as the kindest person they know. Her love interest, Ashton... worst boy, also best boy. No, Zach is best boy. God. Once again, like, I'm losing to a lot of characters here. With Saki, it was just a buff guy who was genuinely kind. With Ashton, he's just calm, cool, and collected, and a detective with nice hair. God damn, I'm losing all over the place. But yes, she is just someone who is so kind, so independent. She is a strong individual. And a strong character. I have yet to see, like, how the story progresses, because the letter has many endings, including ones where everyone dies, where only one character dies, because literally almost every character in that game has a potential of dying. But the thing is, like, I really would like to see more of her as a character. Whoever made this game, like, I forget the company that made this game. Who made this game? Yang Mobile. Yeah, this is originally a mobile game. But yes, the people who made this game genuinely know how to write their characters. Isabella is probably the only representation of my people that I've ever seen in fiction, in video games. In video games and fiction, more often than not, the first Asian ethnicity, the Asian variant that they choose is Japanese or Chinese. Maybe Korean would be a third. Indian a fourth, and then no one else. Literally, like, like there's no one else has ever been used. Maybe Vietnamese, but they're even lower. Like, I've never seen someone use a Filipino as a character in anything. And maybe more or less, that's why she's on this list. She has to be. She's someone that I identify with. And if, like, she were a real character, I'm pretty sure I'd be really good friends with. Because clearly I wouldn't date her, because I'm not a half-Japanese boy who's a detective and very hot. God damn it, Ashton. Also, I saw the CG of them being together. I don't care how cute it is. Ashton's the worst. But moving on to number 1. Finley from Hustle Cat. Hustle Cat is probably my favorite visual novel of all time. It's so cute. It's so cute. Basically, the story for Hustle Cat is that you play an androgynous main character depending on what gender you choose, because that's the point, because you can choose all 3 if you want. You can pick, well, not all 3 genders. You can pick male, female, or gender neutral, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. So, and almost every character is dateable in that series, including the manager, who is 20 years older than you. Why? Why? I should really have placed a marker on the floor so I don't keep doing this. But yes, Finley is probably the shallowest character out of all of them in that game. Her main story is that she is an online personality. I'm trying to try not to spoil it. And as you get to know her more, you get to know that she battles a lot of haters. She battles a lot of fans. And her way of doing that is just simply, I can handle it on my own. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I really love that about her. She is awesome. She's quirky, she's energetic, she's like constantly a bubble of joy, and I really, really liked her. And to be honest, I would have thought nothing more of that, but the thing is, there was this image. I don't know why, but I'm not gonna lie. I was watching Dodger and Octo play it on Dodger's YouTube channel, and when that face popped up, my heart skipped a beat, and I'm just like, I love her. I genuinely love her, and she's just really cute and really pretty, and if she was real, I would try my hardest to date her. But she's not, so, you know, yay! But genuinely, I loved her as a character. Her development as a character from learning to hide behind her online persona and facing her haters in some way in real life was really interesting. Her story is not the most relatable, unless you're an online content creator who has a large following. But genuinely, she was just a really cute character, and I really liked her. And yes, her ending was super corny, but I'm not gonna judge her on it. She has her own interests. She's very, very lovely, and I love her. And I'm pretty sure if and when I buy that game, I'm just gonna play her route only, and then not learn anything else about that game. Yay! So that's my top 10 waifus. Once again, this is my top 10. It's a very personal list, meaning that just because a character was better written doesn't mean they get higher. It just so happens that the characters that are up higher on the list were better written. And yes, I'm pretty sure that anyone else could say that if this list was made for a certain type, I'm pretty sure that if I categorize this list differently, like who was best written, this list would look completely different. Maybe Isabella would probably be on top. I'm pretty sure, followed by maybe Yukari and Finley, maybe Chie, then next. No, Nami would have to be at least number 3 at least, and then everyone else would just follow suit, because not everyone in this list was super well written. Even Iris Veal would probably be higher on the list if it was based on who was most well written. But this thing is the list is based on who I like as a character, and I just happen to like those characters in that order. And it was very, very hard for me to record this video. Not record this video. It was very hard for me to plan this video out. I originally had planned to have a long script out of it. But the thing is, I'm not very good at reading my own scripts out loud. I'm much better at this improv type doohickey, which is why I decided to fuck the script, put the list up, and I'm just gonna read from it and do whatever I want in front of the camera. Whew, but yes, this is my top 10 waifu list. Who are your top 10 waifus? Put them in the comments. And to all my friends who've been waiting for me to make this video, judge me. Feel free. I don't care. Judge me as harsh as you want. I don't care. kill me. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from the series, hit the subscribe button. And do not exit the Shadyverse. My name's Shades, and give some suggestions for waifus down in the comments below. Who are yours? Do you judge me? Do you hate me now? Tell me in the comments. Anyway, bye.